Libra 21, a crowd on a beach. It's very hard to identify an individual person on a crowded beach. It's very hard to identify an individual grain of sand on a beach. This is the sense that we're looking at here, is that we're not only a very special, very unique individual person. We are that, but that's not all that we are. We are also a grain of sand, metaphorically. We're also one of 8 billion people on this planet at this time. We're nothing, in a sense, as a part of something bigger, so much bigger than we can conceive. Then that relationship of being nothing in the context of that is a whole different life experience, which we're not used to typically. This is the way of the mystic. The mystic yearns for that experience of being simply a grain of sand or a drop of water in the ocean, just to be nothing in the face of God. That experience is something so precious, so delicious for the mystic, that they give up everything else in order to have that experience. So how do we do this in life? We have children to take care of, bills to pay. How can we possibly approach mysticism in ordinary life? And the answer is basically twofold. Now and again, so we don't live that way, we simply visit that state of being. So we learn how to meditate in such a way as that we can have the mystical experience pretty much at will. Now that might only take up half an hour of your time every day. And also, the alternative really, well, additionally, when we get to a certain age in life, when the thrusting aspect is no longer of much interest to us, we're not motivated by promises of fame and fortune. We're not that interested really in building another family. We've got what we've got, another relationship, well, we've had what we've had, and we've got it all out. There comes a point, maybe in your late 60s or something, when mysticism is a realistic possibility, when you just let go of things slowly, one by one, until what is left is essential, is the essence of who you are. There is a Sufi story about this principle of misguided mysticism. Mysticism isn't about being seen to be holy or being falsely humble. It's about being real and having this knowledge that the deepest sense of realization that we get is non-self. Because in that state of non-self, when you just don't have any awareness of your special qualities at all, you surrender, you sink into the mystery, according to Leonard Cohen's song. That feeling of being nothing is delicious. That's what the mystic wants. Now, the Sufi story tells of a very humble fisherman living in Morocco and catching 2 fish every day and cutting the heads off those fish and giving the fishes away, eating the 2 heads of the fish for his 1 meal a day. He was a very austere man, and he felt himself to be appropriately rewarded by these 2 fish heads. But he wasn't progressing spiritually. He just was not getting anywhere with his tremendous discipline. And he sent his student to go and see Ibn Arabi in Spain. Now, Ibn Arabi was the bee's knees, the Sufi of the age. And when the student asked Ibn Arabi, what the student was actually approaching Ibn Arabi's estate, and he had goats and cows and sheep and fruits, and he was living in the lap of luxury in this most beautiful situation. And so this student, who'd been trained to think that his master's austerity was the right way to God, was absolutely just disgusted with Ibn Arabi, the great Sufi teacher. And he said with this edge to his voice, and my master is concerned that he's not progressing spiritually despite being really disciplined. And Ibn Arabi said, yeah, but he's constantly attached to what he has. You see around you all this wealth I have, take it. I'm not attached to it. I don't need it. I'm taking responsibility for it. But the people that are using it are getting the benefit. It's nothing to me. Take it. I don't want it. Really, I don't not want it. I don't care. But your master, he's attached to his state of being. And when the student went back to his master and told him this, the master said, oh yeah, it's true what Ibn Arabi has said. Every evening I have my 2 fish heads. Every evening I wish it was 3. I think we have to learn something from this. However far we go in the realms of mysticism, we can only go as far as we can go. There is a limit, and that limit is different for different people. It's a part of the journey, mysticism. And for some people, it is the journey, is all and everything. But we incarnated to experience life in physical form with all of the abundance that goes with that. Some people choose to resist that temptation in order to take the mystical path. But it's not for us, generally speaking.